Painting my cat now. God damn it.
Paint your cat. All right, guys. I think.
What color is he now?
She.
What color is she now?
Same color she's been.
So you haven't painted her yet?
Oh, that's a great laugh, Suzanne. I'm clipping that. All right. Oh man.
Oh man.
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Sit down, buckle up.
I forgot I didn't have sound from you guys.
Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruising with Steak. Grimsteak here, coming at you live Tuesday night on Grimerica FM, the one and only place to get all your shows or something. It'll get updated someday. But here we are. It's November 5th? Yeah. Remember.
The
5th of November. Yeah. There we go. We got
The
this.
gunpowder treason
and
plot.
plot.
All right. Something about those Occupy Wall Street kids, right? Something about that with the guy folk.
Yeah, that's
all
what it was about.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, so here we are, guys, coming at you
History
live.
revisionist.
History revisionists. We got a wonderful panel tonight, as usual. We got, you know what? Okay, you know what? Before I introduce people, I'm going to say right now at the top of the show, before everybody tunes out and shuts off, we've been doing a weekly or a bi-weekly anime show, and this week we are going to be discussing Interstellar 5555, the Daft Punk musical. And it's incredible. So, you know, you guys should watch it. Roll up a big joint.
It's awesome.
Roll up a fat joint. Just listen to fucking Daft Punk. Watch the amazing anime visuals. Follow the story. And then, you know, listen to us talk about it. So, with that, I'm joined tonight by, he's the marshmallow to my peanut butter. Fuck, I forgot it. And that's the first thing that came out. James Cruz.
He's the marshmallow of your s'mores.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
So, just want to say hi to everybody out there. Thanks for coming to hang out with us on your Tuesday night.
Heck yeah. We got it. And we also got Mr. Jerry Cthulhu here. Oh, that was a good one, Jerry. You don't get those that good that often. That's nice.
Get them like that perfect. Every one of them are perfect.
We also got...
Jerry's so talented.
This is a man of many talents. And we also got Mr. That Guy here.
This space intentionally left blank.
There it is. And we got Miss Suzanne.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
There it is. Damn, she went there.
I did.
And we also got Flavortown.
Kurt Cobain didn't kill himself.
Oh,
Dude, that is true. It's according to
2 in a row.
It's gonna be a 45 minutes of introductions. I love this show, and I love everybody here.
We're gonna get 12 minutes into this show. We're gonna get freaking droned, every one of us. I'm telling you.
That's right. And we also got B.Strut Bill here.
What's up, everybody? JFK didn't kill himself either.
Yes. Bill's got a new mic. Everything's great. And we
Hell yeah,
what is that horn? I'm loving this. And last but not least, Mellowhorus joins us.
Good evening, folks. It's good to be back. And I got a new mic too.
Yeah, you
Not
guys
all
are all just
Stepping up our game, man.
I love this hype
Everybody
man we
sounds
have
great.
now.
this air
Oh yeah,
horn.
it's
God.
amped up in this bitch.
It sounds like Midnight Mike from OBDM is over here, like he's sandbagging in the corner.
Yeah, he can be my producer.
There we go.
A lot going on, guys. Lots of exciting stuff to
Yeah.
talk about. I figured that we would be coming on talking about like the November 3rd false flag that was supposed to happen, but here we are. Everything's still normal. Nice and normal.
Maybe they did it in the other reality.
Yeah.
Or another
God,
timeline.
Susan.
How Jerry, what's that new show that just came out for HBO? Like the magic.
The Watchmen.
No,
His Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials. There's different planes of existence. It's awesome, man. There's only one episode and it was badass.
It's the Golden Compass.
It's that storyline.
If you ever saw the movie Golden Compass, His Dark Materials is the first 3 books.
Okay, I just was like, man, it's something new, something different. And
it's a trilogy, and Golden Compass is the first book in the trilogy.
I like it. You guys want a spoiler? Because I read the series back.
You already read it,
dude. The back in the day.
It seems like multiple.
It's pretty crazy. They end up
parallel
going
worlds and shit.
It's like a Gnostic thing. It's their god is a false god, and they end up like having this cosmic war against a false god at the very end of it. It's pretty crazy.
Wow. What does the dust represent again? I forget. Is it like the energy?
The ether.
It's like the energy, right? Yeah, it's the ether.
Yeah, but it doesn't permeate everything. It's just in certain spots.
Yeah. It's been a while since I read it, but I remember reading that. We're seeing all that, and also they got hidden history airships and steampunk shit.
They have steampunk kind of stuff. Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to have like a Zeppelin that was supposed to do the November 3rd attack?
Into the stadium.
The Rockefellers, made sure that wasn't going to happen.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Well, I'm glad they have our best interests out.
Yeah, they all have these airships, and I think there's cars. Like, it's weird. There was helicopter. Like the first scene was a helicopter. Like,
wait, what?
A helicopter? What are you talking? What's happening right
in
now?
that show?
But that was
I think you just skipped timelines on us, James.
No, it was like 12 years though. There were 12 years passed between that helicopter.
Yeah.
Because remember it was after the Great Flood. They said
the flood. Yeah.
No, there's 2 different conversations going on.
Yeah, what's
happening?
The helicopters in the Great Flood.
We're still talking about
we're still talking about the opening scene of this show. It's insane.
But these guys
after some kind of tidal wave event in England, which flooded Oxford University.
That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened to Oxford in God knows how long.
Probably that and the pedophiles.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
No,
we're starting
to.
It's fake news. It's conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I would like to think that since nothing happened on the 3rd, that maybe the White Hats stopped whatever bad stuff was going to happen. I don't know. I'm just taking the optimistic approach to it. We don't know. We don't know.
I think Big Dickinon would back you up on that.
You're trying to prove a negative there. It didn't happen, so maybe it got stopped.
Yeah,
that's crazy talk.
If it's not possible to prove a negative, is it possible to disprove a negative?
You can't prove a negative. That's what.
That's my point. That's my point.
You couldn't disprove one either.
Would it be like the antiparticle?
What's the antiparticle?
The non-particle? The opposite of a particle?
Big believer in particles, so
we are in the upside down.
Particles are fake news.
I think particles are fake because birds are made of them.
What shark?
Oh, that makes so much sense. That guy. Okay.
I'll be here all week.
Man.
Try the veal. Tip your priest.
Hey.
So you guys, I had a theory. I was ranting about in the chats a little bit today about this whole Epstein didn't kill himself meme that's getting memed to death, and it's all on the TV. It's like making it everywhere. Do you think it's a way to almost like I almost wish it was more like Epstein was a child trafficker. I wish that's what they were saying, because I think it's like that narrative is disappearing. Like people know Epstein and they're going to associate it with just some guy that died in prison. And everybody memed
some
about
guy
it.
that was murdered.
Yes, some guy that was murdered in prison. Exactly.
It's a red pill that hits everybody. Everybody can get it.
Well, it is.
The thing. Now, is it being put out there by, say, quote unquote, the deep state to desensitize people against it? Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was initially done, but I'd say it's not.
It's been co-opted.
Them. It's not being stopped by them.
There's a couple of different ways it could go. There were a lot of people that were talking about that Trump didn't want people to know that he was doing sketchy shit with Epstein, etc. So that it was Trump that had him killed because it was one of his facilities and all that. I don't buy into that. I'm just saying just something that I was hearing.
If there was anything on Trump and Epstein, it would have been out and part of this.
Exactly. Trump can't keep a fucking secret. He can't keep secret what he intends to do 6 months from now.
That's the whole thing. This whole impeachment inquiry that's going on. If they actually had evidence, they wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I like what was it? Assad
Yeah, why would
just
you
said.
bring the evidence up? Sorry, yeah.
Assad was like, yeah, Trump's he's the best president ever, and it's not because of his policies; it's because he's completely transparent, and he shows like he's saying, no, we just want the oil, like we just want the oil, like Trump's just out there saying that. Where every other president kind of tiptoed around it. No, we're not going to talk about this, and Trump's like,
People
yeah.
think I'm controversial, but the truth is, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
The thing that he was talking about, he says things that are he says things that are low resolution, right? I had my wires tapped. Well, nobody's tapping your fucking wires.
Yeah.
But
they did.
You are being spied on. You are being spied on.
Yeah.
But nobody is sitting there tapping on the freaking wires. That said, what he was talking about, we're after the oil. I am betting that was about that we're trying to keep ISIS from blowing shit up on their way out.
The thing about Trump is, I think it's strategery on his part because
probably sure.
He says, I got wiretapped. He can get the perpetrators to deny it, and then once it's clarified,
exactly. He's totally in chaos math terms. He's a strange attractor.
He's a chaos magician.
All the strange random shit happens around him as sort of a nucleating factor.
He's a chaos magician. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, I don't think the whole the Epstein being a pedophile is going away because did anybody see the Project Veritas video today?
Yeah, what was that?
Yes, I did.
Let's
she was on, she was recorded saying, whoever the ABC reporter was saying that, Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And she's got proof of it going 3 years back. So, and I know that was suppressed on Twitter also.
And she also said
it was Amy Roback.
it was Amy Roback. I think she was recorded on purpose. I think she knew she was being recorded. This is my theory.
Yeah.
She knew she was being recorded so she could get it out because she was pissed about the story. But then again, I kind of think maybe it was for a reason.
So she was
and could it be
bitch.
if Hillary is going to run like I wanted to go back and see if
she's going to run.
Shit about Hillary.
Not going to run.
She's totally going to run.
24 hours to announce pretty much though.
No one will give her money to run.
She already has money.
She's up to her eyeballs in money.
Yeah, she has no problem getting money.
Do you know
she's got a ton of money?
America loves a rematch. We love it,
dude, and they love an underdog.
Yes, exactly. And
there's all kinds of frothing liberals.
And
that
is the only thing that is going to get the network's ratings is a Trump Clinton round 2. That's the only thing that'll get them ratings. So they are going to do everything they can to get that to happen.
It'll be.
You think they're going to draw the crowds with Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And then they'll never put Bernie in. Like, honestly, Bernie's crazy, but if they put him up against it, I bet Bernie could probably come close to beating Trump. He has the same sort of, like...
Bernie's the only one I could see that...
I could see. He has that grassroots, like, people...
But he's already had the heart attack.
None of them can be true. You guys are missing the point.
No, we know that.
We know we're missing it. We're doing it on purpose.
We're on Speculation Island.
Here's my theory. Biden has remained the front runner despite his mental illness and the guy can't.
And his crimes.
And his crimes. He's becoming shit. Excuse me, exponential. It's exponentially growing. Exponentially. I saw a video. Anyway,
you need to wipe the vomit off your mic, Jerry.
He's going to remain the front runner, get the nomination, and then pick Warren as his running mate to appease the identity politics, the intersectionalists. And then he's going to die or something in office, and they get Warren. That's how it's going to go down.
Okay.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Biden also is not collecting any money. He's not really running a campaign. He's kind of dead in the water right now. Like, he's not. I don't know. I don't think he's the front runner. Like, by any means.
Yeah, he is.
He is. He's shown to beat Trump in almost all the swing states, I think, except 2. I just saw the polls this morning.
That's so weird.
He's not raising money. He's not really campaigning. It's like he's just making speeches,
trying
to
to
get position so you can get more. It's just a position, Warren. That's all it is.
So it's going to end up being Warren and Bernie, or Bernie and Warren, and then Hillary's going to
No,
step
he
in
said
and take
Biden.
and then Hillary's going to step in and take it over again, and then Bernie's going to say, oh, surprise, fuck you, you fell for it twice.
Bernie's done. He's already had a heart attack. Come on.
No, but he's still in though. He's still there.
Dude, Biden's had his
decrepit.
Biden's had his
like
brain.
2 fake heads or
yes,
something.
he's had his brain removed from his head like twice. Like he's still running. They don't care about
Literally
health.
has a fake
Health
head
does
right
not matter.
He's a clone. He knows it doesn't expire till like he's 99.
They could put a ficus tree out there with good teeth, and it would look like. It would...
Oh god!
I'd steal those teeth.
Me too. We'd have to fight over him.
I'm just glad that Robert Francis dropped out. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't have to hear
Beto
that.
dropped out. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that dickhead talk all the time.
I'm sorry that he dropped out so soon. I wanted to go to one of his rallies and say, so you were Cult of the Dead Cow. Tell us, what was your best hack?
He
And then
would've
listen to the
shared it and-
crickets.
He probably would have shared it and then
No, he'd get up on top of something and talk about bullshit.
to get up on top of just a real tall bar.
A
or
table,
something.
yeah, counter.
My
Wave his arms
my
around.
hacks aren't the topic of conversation here. It's the state that we're no, fuck you. I want an answer.
Hackers deserve better tax cuts.
Hackers.
Well,
right.
that is true. And when you elect me, I will totally unilaterally just give tax cuts to anyone who can prove that they know what a buffer overflow is and how to do it. I'm just saying.
I think what did it him in was the whole "we're going to take your guns" thing, right?
That guy for president 2020.
Yeah, I'm all.
I'm
about
in.
it.
I'm declaring tonight.
Mhm.
You've got your first 7 voters right here, man.
That's right.
Yeah, cruising with stakers and OBDM people and anybody on Grimerica. 100% tax break.
There you go.
That's my platform.
I got your platform right here.
And 1 kilogram of weed for everyone.
Oh.
Per year?
You have to join the Yang Gang for that?
Per year?
Gang?
Are you a lightweight?
I am.
How much?
No, per
did you
week.
say?
It's like
A kilogram a week.
Fuck.
That's all we ask.
Like
How much is a
2.5
kilogram?
pounds. 2.5 pounds.
2.5
That's a lot of
pounds.
weed. I think I could do it.
That's like
I
30.
could sell some.
Oh, fuck. 40 ounces of weed.
I
a week.
know. This
Oh,
is
wait.
it's an economic stimulus package. That's my
I mean,
point.
there really is.
This is
They
America.
just end
We
up
don't
selling
use
it.
children.
We're
Mental
voting
health
you in.
awareness.
There has to be, such a surplus of weed right now from all the fucking growers that
Dude,
this
it
would
literally
easily
grows
go
on
over.
trees.
I mean, it
Wasn't there
does. It
a
does.
story a while ago where Washington was having problems because they had too much supply and they couldn't essentially like sell it to the stores.
Yeah.
They can't
Yep.
sell it
Yep.
across states.
Well, it's not
so they
just-
basically had
yeah,
to burn
It's
it
still
all.
happening. Same in Colorado. It's
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's everywhere. It's because everybody's growing.
The problem, well, it's not just that. It's that they can't move it across state boundaries.
A, and B, the 10,000 places, propped up to sell weed, and the market hasn't sorted it out yet.
I am a single-digit number of miles from the nearest weed shop, and I'm not even in fucking Washington. I
Thanks
could
for
walk to the
sending us
nearest
some.
weed shop. You're welcome.
How much you selling that weed for, old man?
I can't sell it.
Take those pants off, little boy.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's the ether.
No, what's that guy on Family Guy? The
Oh, yeah.
creepy old dude.
Herbert
That's
the pervert.
not Herbert.
Chester the molester, right?
No, that's from Hustler magazine.
That is from Hustler.
I remember when I was a kid. There's a Hustler moment. One of the,
I'm liking this.
they had
We need,
really-
Here comes
we,
the
we need a
boomer
theme
segment.
song.
Everyone
We need
quiet. Boomer segment.
So-
we need a theme song from Felix about the Hustler segment.
A, I'm not a fucking boomer. Okay.
Yeah, you
Whatever-
dopes. God.
whatever, boomer.
What's wrong with you?
Man, that
Whatever,
was the most
boomer.
triggered I've ever heard Jerry get.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay. So my dad only had Playboys in the drawers next to his bed, And one night I was digging through and I found a Hustler in there. I'm like, cool. So I was reading it, and in Hustler used to have these full-page cartoons. And this one cartoon, I'll never forget it. It was a magician, like in a traveling show in the 1800s,
Nice.
top hat, the red coat, the whole thing. And he's got a magic wand, and he's got a black guy bent over back, with his asshole facing the audience.
All right.
And his assistant is next to him, like, presenting. Ta-da!
Okay.
And he says, "Look, nothing up my slave."
All right, I like it.
It was just, I'll never forget it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's something you see and it sticks with you.
See Goatsy.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Goats.
I remember another one too, a Chester the Molester one, where he was hiding in the closet with a stick of butter. Sorry, he was coming into a bedroom with a stick of butter, and his wife was hiding in the closet. And he was, "Oh, sweetums, it's butt fuck night."
It's butt fucking night. Oh,
this boomer moment brought to you by Aricept. What was I just saying?
40 years ago. That's what happened. Jesus. I'm fucking old.
For the record, Jerry and I are about the same age.
And me too.
I'm going to be 55 next year.
That's the diversity of Cruising with Steak, though. We span generations on here. We have all the opinions. That's what we do.
Right.
God, we're going to be
Sammy Hagar is going to
55,
come
Jerry?
visit. Yeah, we got to go out and party with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
The place to party. The place to party with Sammy Hagar is on Maui at the Haile Miley.
I can't drive there. Forget it.
Oh no!
Jerry will never fly.
Dude, you got to fly there, dude. Or you can take a boat.
If someone supplies me with Xanax, I will get on a plane. But
you'll just have a couple kilos from that guy.
No, I can't do that here.
I can't smoke weed and get on a plane. That's crazy talk.
No, edibles, man, edibles.
It's not legal here. It's not legal here. I can't get you weed, but I can point you straight at it.
I don't want any weed. I couldn't even get on a plane with weed. I flew with someone who smoked a joint before we got on a plane. I'm like, how can you do that? I would go insane.
Mellowhorus's head is about to fucking explode.
Yeah,
for those of you on the live stream.
That's crazy. I mean, I pretty
Have a bad
pretty much.
experience with
I think I
weed
could.
and a plane, Mellowhorus?
It just makes me paranoid.
Oh, it does?
I think I could
It's
function
going
in
to
anything.
accentuate every possible fear I have and every noise that I hear on this plane that's freaking me out. What was that? I'm not a good flyer.
Jesus.
That doesn't bother me too much.
It's Herbert.
Yeah.
So I did actually hear, and I'll be damned if I can remember where it is. I'll have to find it and look it up. And apologies in advance for unsubstantiated claims. I heard at one point that pot that has a peppery flavor like black pepper,
Yes.
doesn't make you paranoid.
Yes.
Hmm.
That is actually something that I read about like a week ago. Because I just recently got some that when I looked up the strain, it said that the flavor had like a peppery taste. And I was like, what? And then I started to read about it. And it said it's like makes you feel relaxed. And it has like a bunch of different scales to like rate what it does, like for anxiety, for relaxation, for sleep.
Is there anything
stress,
for musical
pain.
or dancing ability?
Pretty much every weed you will smoke is good for that.
Oh, okay.
I would say.
You know how else not to be paranoid? You just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I second
Then you
that.
won't get
Let
paranoid.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
let
Oh yeah.
go.
Once you completely eliminate all forms of just like shame or anything like that, just get rid of it. Then you.
I'm there, but it's still that fear of death you got to get over.
Well, we all do. No, that's
I
like
never
that's
think
the.
about that.
Yeah, that's.
And I've been
I
told
got
by
over that years ago.
I've been told by 3 psychics that I'm not going to die in a plane crash. So add that to
Then
it.
what are you worried about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The odds are
Psychics
so
wouldn't lie.
Wait, did you ask that question of them specifically, or did they
Yes.
just offer that to you?
No, I asked. And yeah, Jonathan, yes.
Yes.
What were
I
you
wonder
saying?
if you died in a
Wait, let him
plane
finish.
crash. Oh, sorry.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
You said.
I said.
Fuck. I don't remember now.
It's okay.
Sorry, dude.
Don't worry about it. No worries. How does my mic sound?
Dude, you're sounding good. You're sounding really good.
That was great.
Yeah.
In fact, it sounds so awesome. I would call it a Michael. I'm just saying.
Oh, God, this guy. That guy. He's got it all.
On fire tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Holy shit.
Everything okay?
The whole. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
James, you all right? Oh, okay. He's got an army of children coming down. Things are getting serious. Okay.
It's a kid's name, Dylan. Dylan, right?
Hey, dude.
He's got a girl's name.
Let's not dox James' kids.
Yeah.
But that isn't his name.
His kids have girl names, I think.
Donovan?
Oh, James can dox his own kids if he wants.
Yeah.
Yes.
Donovan.
I've met women named Donovan. Women take men's names all the time.
James's kid's name is Adrian Wapcaplet.
Yes.
I met a chick named Piers once.
Interesting.
Yeah, was it Piers Morgan? Because he's kind of a.
wasn't.
Never mind.
I don't remember
I
her
had,
last
I had a little neighbor Stevie.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Can we get a drop of that,
She was my
please,
friend.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I'll get the time code right now.
Yeah, please get
Flavor.
the time
Yes. All right, 2743. Okay, we got it.
What is this for?
What is the
Just-
time code?
You'll know when you hear it next week.
Oh, okay. I said something. I had a neighbor named Stevie.
All right.
They drove a car named Bucky, and they had a son named Steve.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I can't wait to get into some rave stories on Thursday, James.
yeah,
That's going to be the other half of our Shonen Dump podcast for Interstellar 5555. James is just going to be talking rave stories.
Everyone's got a rave.
When you guys do your Uzumaki. When you do your Uzumaki show, I want to be on it. Yep.
Jerry, right
Yeah,
there.
I know.
I just started reading it yesterday, man. I'm fucking like 12 chapters in. It's so good. So good.
You know, Adult Swim is doing
Yeah, they're doing
version,
the
yeah.
yep. Yeah, that's gonna be all fucking awesome.
It's all about spirals and vortexes.
Junji Ito, he was one of the guys, like when all those dudes, Scorsese came out saying like, oh yeah, the Marvel movies, like they're not really movies, like they're kind of trash films. Like, he was one of the guys that came out and said, yeah, they kind of suck, like they're not good movies.
That was in the news today, actually, about Scorsese explaining himself.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he had to double down. He had to go. They gave him too much crap because Disney, was like, hey, you can't be talking crap about our movies, and just
He's Scorsese-splaining.
He doesn't give a shit.
Well,
Good for
dude,
him.
anybody, no,
Speaking
you can't,
truth to power.
You can't battle Disney though. Literally,
That's
our
stupidest term.
last show can't even be played on YouTube right now because you can't talk about Disney.
That's not true.
It's
Okay, so first,
That's not true at all.
I thought that last show got banned for the
we had the hat.
Siamese.
We had the hat trick
that
of
song was copywritten, and I had to remove it. But the show's been up since.
Oh,
okay, so
nice.
so first, fuck Disney.
Yeah.
There it is.
And two, fuck Disney.
There it
Fuck
is.
Werner von Braun.
Ooh.
Yeah, him too.
Don't you mouth off to me or I'm going to slap you right in your penis.
Ow! Ow!
That's what Disney says to everybody.
I'm getting phone calls from all these weird Disney numbers now. We're going down. They're gonna nuke the stream.
It's a small fucking world.
Yeah, I think we've trashed China and Disney in the past 2 shows. So yeah, Cruising with Steak is on some country's shit list.
And you know what?
Rats.
Let's mix those two together and fuck Kenny Chesney.
Okay, sure. We can do whatever you want, that guy. We'll fuck some dudes. We still have no Israeli listeners. So hey, I think we I think we shook Mossad finally.
Where's our Unit 8200 people here?
No, yeah, they're gone. They're finally gone.
God damn it,
They must
guys!
have got
Really?
bored. It's probably because
You had one fucking job.
Peace out.
Yeah, they're just
When they play this recording in the Knesset, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Right.
75% of what that guy says I don't fully understand, but I like it. I like the tone of it, so I go with it. There it is, Jared. That was they're always perfect.
it was a wood knock.
It's Bigfoot.
Wood knocks.
My mouth.
What do you guys think of wood knocks? Do you think it's Bigfoot's doing it? Do you think it's poltergeists in the woods, ghosts in the woods?
It's got to be Bigfoot, man.
Wait, what?
Wood
What do we
knocks.
think of what?
It's people fucking with the cameraman.
You think that? So I
the
don't
way
buy
the wood
that.
knocks go.
Yeah, I don't buy that,
You have
Jared.
to hit the tree too hard.
I had a wood knock moment on a hike 2 weeks ago.
Oh, let's hear it.
Ooh.
Give it to me,
I
baby.
was in, I was
Wait,
in,
wait. Wood knocks. What is that?
It's the.
Are you
it's
kidding
the
me?
Bigfoot noise.
It's when Bigfoot's bang on trees. And
Yeah,
it
they
makes,
communicate with knocks, wood knocks.
I've only ever heard them whoop and stuff.
You've never heard of wood
the
knocks, that
knocking.
guy?
You never heard wood
And you
knock?
and,
No.
and you had a Bigfoot on
live
your
in Bigfoot
Rambler
country.
car. For shame, sir. For shame.
No.
Okay, so
Go.
okay,
All right, go.
we've established
Here,
wood
I got some
knocks.
video. I got some.
Well,
not
no, let's
video,
let Flavortown tell a story, and then we'll do whatever.
To be fair, I mean, yeah, it's the
To be
most
fair.
logical
To be
thing.
fair.
The most logical explanation is that it was a large branch falling off of a tree and making an impact. That's
There you go.
the most likely scenario. But I was on a hike. It was near Lake Fort Smith State Park in Arkansas, and we were basically the only ones out there. It was like a weekday afternoon, and we had some other weird moments. We got attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes, like an actual swarm of them, like 20 to 30 of them. It was terrifying.
Oh, jeez.
And I actually, what made me feel like it was weird was that I basically baited out the Bigfoot encounter, because at some point towards the end of the hike, we were almost done. I was like, oh man, we're almost done. We didn't even have a single Bigfoot sighting, like just very like sarcastically. And not but 5 minutes later, I just heard this like massive like crack or like knock, just like something slamming a piece
Damn.
of wood, or like it was very loud. It almost sounded like, actually, I'll rephrase that. It sounded like a gunshot. It sounded like rifle fire.
Oh
Because
man.
there were two. The first one sounded like it came off from a farther away distance, and I could hear kind of the echo reverberation. But it's a state park. There's no hunting there. So I was like, that was kind of weird. And then I heard another one like a few seconds later, and it was really close, probably, I don't know, maybe 50 to 75 yards away. And yeah, it was, my only response to it was just keep walking, because it was behind us. And I was just like, just keep going. Like, I didn't even want to talk about it or like find out more about it until after we got done. I was just like, man, that was pretty crazy, huh? Like, whatever that
That's
was.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was weird.
I like it.
So when they say there's no hunting allowed in the state parks, that they mean they don't want you to hunt in the state parks.
Well, the first
Something's
sound
threatening
sounded like
you.
a rifle. The second one definitely did not sound like a rifle. It was a similar noise. It was just closer to me.
Has
So
there
it
been
almost seemed
any,
like it was a call and response kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Has there been any Bigfoot sightings in your area, or heard any lore or anything? around?
Yeah, I mean the Ozarks. There's a lot of Bigfoot sightings. There's
Like personally, like have you heard somebody say, "I saw a fucking Bigfoot down there"?
not personally.
Yeah.
I haven't known anyone, but I know that wasn't there a Grimerica show like a few months ago? It was either
Possibly.
Grimerica or maybe Skeptico.
They did have
or
some
one of those shows.
squatchers
They had,
on a while
it
ago.
was a group of people out of I think they're based out of Texas, but they also go like East Texas, and they also go into like Oklahoma. They had a whole show talking about how they went into an area basically south of here in the same mountain range, or in the Ozarks, the Swachita mountain range.
Right.
Ouachita, I think is the way you pronounce it. I'm not sure. And yeah, that's only like, I don't know, 100, 200 miles away from where I am. And yeah, there's apparently some area where there's a shit ton of Squatch sightings. They were the ones that were talking about taking the shot. They're the ones that are actually trying to kill one. I'm pretty sure it was for America.
Yeah, no, yeah, because they did. They had. Fuck, I don't remember who it was, but
He
they
was
had
on
some
it was
squatchers,
the
yeah.
one where they had a show or a documentary series or something like that, where he was out there with these guys, and they apparently did an episode. Those guys that hunted him also were on an episode of Rob Lowe's show that he did, like about Sasquatches.
I watched some of that.
Oh yeah, I remember Rob Lowe did that dumb
It was
shit
him and
with
his
son, yeah.
his kids or whatever.
Yeah. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'll try to find it and post it in the chats.
So we were speaking of chats. We were talking in the chats a while back about having a cruising with Steak Con, calling it the Great Stakeout.
Yes, we were. There was
out in the middle of
Don't make me beg now.
yeah, that thing. There's all kinds of Squatch friendly areas in the Pacific Northwest, and Mount Adams is where East City Ranch is, but also there is a lot of public camping areas up there.
So
Public camping.
We're gonna establish. You're gonna establish a nice spot. I mean, we could get this public camping.
I can totally do some research and go and find
Idaho. What's a good time of year? What's a good time of year to visit Idaho?
Oh,
never.
Gosh, it depends. No, it depends
season.
on. It depends on. It's always potato season. Now, a good time of year to visit northern Idaho is in the fall. So,
it'd be beautiful.
September, October, November is not bad. It's not bad. And in April, May, June timeframe is pretty good too.
Idaho,
and then it's really hot in a couple of. Okay, all right.
It's been said on the pod right now. It was just said. It's been spoken into reality.
Idaho,
Lake Coeur d'Alene.
So
out of everywhere you could go,
Lake Coeur d'Alene's pretty sweet. And there's actually another lake about a third of the way down from the northern border called Dvorak Reservoir.
No way.
Yeah, like Antonin. If you're a
fishing
music person.
spot.
Actually, it's great fishing there. There's all kinds of bass in there. Shit, yeah, baby.
All right, dude.
We'll take that boat out.
You got a pond? Yeah, I don't know. I want to steer.
We'll take that boat out.
Isn't Coeur
I want
d'Alene
to drift it around in the pond.
I always hear Grimerica talk about Coeur d'Alene. I think Darren mentions that he really loves it.
It's
Coeur d'Alene's a pretty cool town,
though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene is haunted.
Yeah, well, yeah, because there was a bunch of like murders and stuff up there when
there's murders everywhere.
The big mining boom up there. I mean, it was like
the mining stuff that's all out east of there in
Jackpot.
Yeah, exactly. That's east of there. There's some towns on Highway 90 that are old mining towns. There's actually a horror museum out there, and the name of the town is escaping me at the moment. I'm paralyzed from the neck up. If you'll pardon me, I will find it.
Welcome to my life, man. Every time I try to say words don't come out. So it's like I feel your pain.
I think it's the same town that Dan Cummins lives in, isn't it?
Who's Dan Cummins? Are you doxing some guy right now?
Comedian? No, he's a comedian. It's public knowledge. Don't worry about it.
This show become doxing with steak? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
That's where Steve Redinger lives. That goes way back.
It does go way back.
Yes, K-Dog. I am not joking. Horror Museum. Shout out to K-Dog. It's in.
I thought you said horror, not horror.
No, horror museum.
Wallace, Idaho. There is a museum in Wallace, Idaho, that is that is about people who used to. It's what the Chinese troops call comfort workers.
All right, so we've got hauntings, horrors, and Bigfoot. This sounds like a great trip to me, guys.
Idaho sounds pretty cool.
It is a great trip. I mean, it's like a giant national park, except fuck off, we're full. If you're thinking of moving here, don't. Yeah. It's a hellhole.
KnockerCon 2020. I like it. It's gonna happen.
That would be me.
Dox Mente. That's a good one, Mr. Deli Meat. Just doxing. It's nice.
Don't you mouth off to me, or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
Shout out to everybody in the chats. Tim Stay, K-Dog, T-Bone Shuffle, Talam, Zach Hawkins, Anubis Rising, Mr. Deli Meat Slicer. Who else we got?
They're all here.
Scrolling up. Everybody's here. Scrolling up.
I didn't hear anybody mention Lady Eboshi. Hi there.
Lady Eboshi.
Hey. What's up, Lady Eboshi?
They're all here. Everybody's here. It's the
For
family.
those not in the chats, it's the
We're all here.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing? Get your shit together.
Conservancy.
You get your shit together and you get in the Discord.
Get in the
or just unsubscribe from the cast. You fucking boomers.
It's not worth it.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Know anybody with a pair of strong young hands to help me in and out of the tub?
Oh, he's definitely a boomer.
I can't get enough of those, man. They're just so funny.
Come on over here, son.
Mellowhorus, you look so fucked up, and I love it. Just look over and you're
My
just
face is red from laughing so hard.
yeah,
man.
you're chink-eyed as shit. Can we still say chink-eyed? Is that a thing we can still use?
You can say whatever you want to.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was trying to figure out. Remember Oriental sauce? That Oriental dressing.
Oriental dressing. What was that
You know, it
ramen?
has,
It was
like,
Oriental
sesame seeds
flavor.
in it, remember?
Oh,
Well, my mom said you can't buy it anymore.
Oriental.
And I was
I don't
like,
remember
maybe they're
ever hearing
changing to
that.
Asian.
No,
Yeah, dude. I
The
don't
Oriental
know.
ramen, tastes exactly like Japanese. It's you cannot get
It
it.
tastes just like Japan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did have a. We had a. I think we talked about that on an episode, Oriental Robin, before. Oh. Oriental. Fuck. I'm gonna use the words that I use. You know, let's keep ironic racism alive. Let's keep homophobic slurs cool. Like, I love calling people fags and queers. Like,
Oh, God.
it's a part of my it's a part of my lingo. I'm not gonna change it.
For the longest time, I thought that ornamental grass was called oriental grass. That's what I would refer to it all the time as, is oriental.
And you know it is a very, very common ethnic slur in Canada, and in particular in British Columbia, where Vancouver exists.
Vancouver.
That they refer to people in that area that are of Asian extraction. They refer to them as ornamentals.
Oh yeah.
Ornamental drivers.
Fat ass back here.
But really, fag is a term of endearment. It's not a slur. Like, if I call you guys fags, come on. I want to bring it back. Fag needs to come back, you guys.
I agree.
I'm this.
We called everybody a fag in high school.
Exactly.
You know, that was in the 1800s.
It had
Nobody was a fag back
It had
then.
nothing to do with sexuality. I've never called.
I still call my brother a fag.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Because it's you know, never once have I associated with gays or some sexuality.
Not for me.
You're just being a fag. Just being a fucking fag.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's like the same thing with retard. You call people retards instead of
retard. You could use tard. I'm kind of retarded. I mean, let's just get that straight right now.
Just like Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, yes. Oh man.
My favorite is still Gaylord.
Did you say Gaylord?
Yeah. It's like
Gaylord Fokker.
Gaylord, yeah. I totally love Gaylord. I have a funny Gaylord story.
Let's hear it.
So when my brother I was 13 or 14, so he was 10 or 11, 12, his best friend name was Mike Callahan, lived a couple blocks away. And they used to make movies because we had an old 8mm film camera. And it was real easy to do stop motion kind of shit with those because you could just stop filming. And as long as you keep it at the same spot, it looks like people disappear. So they filmed, I think, at least 3 quote unquote episodes of this thing they called the Magical Gay Boy.
Okay.
Sorry, it was Gay Boy, not Gaylord, but it all fits.
I like how it all makes sense.
Where my brother was doing the filming, Mike would sit on the stool, jazz hands and doing things to snap, and then he would disappear and laugh. It was nutty. It's 10-year-old kids with a camera. What activities?
Yeah, and back then it's like you have Liberace gay. That you're like you have that kind of gay, where you could just parody and stuff like that. Just real over the top, excessive, crazy gay. Like.
Yeah, I don't think the dude was gay. He was 10. I
have this feeling that all this repression of speech and just having this is gonna make people boil over because good intentioned, just genuinely good people use crazy words and it just happens. But they're good people, and you're already forcing them. Yeah, you're forcing them to just like shut the fuck up. You sit in line. It's insane. My fucking
so
what's whacking out.
What's suddenly missing? What's suddenly missing is the intent for malice. People are no longer required to meet that standard of offense for the mens rea, the guilty mind of
just the speech. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I got into a discussion, and I don't. this last week with someone on the chats. I don't want to blow his cover or her cover, or who has her. It could have been a cat for all I know. I don't know, but I don't want to blow the person's cover. It is because you don't know what your cat's doing with your microphone when you're out, Grim.
I totally do. I smell it when I get home.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Flavortown, for illustrating what Grim's cat looks like when Grim's at work. So was having this discussion with where the fuck was I going with this? God damn it!
That's what happens. Don't look at the chats. You can't look at the chats.
Where's my Aricept? My Aricept. No. It had to do with words. With the intent behind a statement. I mean, you can't blame someone for doing something illegal if they don't have the intent to do something wrong. And the one, and it's not really even an exception to it, is about handling classified information. You can't say, well, I didn't really intend to disclose it to God, everybody. I just posted it and not thinking of it. That doesn't work because you're told in advance, don't do this shit.
Yeah.
It's the thing that's missing. It's become that you don't have to have ill intent anymore to be guilty of some kind of offense against people that are what I would call hypersensitive.
Oh, absolutely hypersensitive. It totally is.
Yeah.
There's got to be a.
Sounds like something Fag would say for sure. Oh, Flavortown, that was great.
A bigger word
nailed it.
Than hyper. They're like explosive.
Yeah, they are.
So the proper term used to be ass pirate or rectal ranger, depending on if you were at sea or on land.
Rectal ranger? Oh my!
I don't remember that.
Where do we go from here, you guys?
This was before you.
Freedom of speech, y'all.
Freedom of speech. Exactly, man. Say what you want. You know what?
That's why we're a value for value podcast.
This all got started because you were like, man, Mellowhorus, you look so fucking fucked up. You look all chink-eyed.
That's true.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're not even.
Really, it doesn't even strike me as like a racist thing to say because I'm not even that type of ethnicity. So
I'm going to tell you guys right now, he's totally lying. He's got chopsticks and buck teeth right now as he's talking. So
just like the Siamese cat
eating ramen.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, he's totally lying to you guys. But
look at the picture up here.
Oh, yeah, you got some what is that? Some geishas up
He's
there?
got one of them straw pointy heads.
That's nice. I like that painting.
He's chowing down, dude. Is that rice?
What's that, rice?
Rice or
You're just making shit up. What do you got there? You got some sushi? What are you eating sushi over there?
Oh, you mean
shrimp?
There you go. Sushi.
Huh.
Put down the raw fish and back away.
Tuna?
So great. You got some tuna there? Yeah, you got a little sunfish.
It's a nice spread.
Mellowhorus was
good
secretly
spread.
hired by China to infiltrate and find out about how podcasting is supposed to be.
So we have China. We have a history major that's infiltrated our chat.
James, you just said you just said get a nice spread, which is referring to the David Omen episode where he was telling us about all this food he's gonna make. Dude, the other day, I still follow him on Twitter and he barely puts anything. But he's thirst posting to these girls like, come out to the hotel, I'll have all this barbecue for you. He's telling all this food. Like
No way,
dude.
no way.
He's like, I'll have all this great barbecue and shit. You come out there, eat all this food. Dude, I started dying laughing when I saw it on Twitter.
The dips are out of this world.
Dude, the dips are out of this world.
You gotta listen to that.
He's just spraying himself with CBD oil or like THC oil the entire time. It was such a weird interview. So hilarious.
Dude, the first time
the guy was a whack.
Check this shit out, man. He's like spraying this stuff.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
like
just drenching himself in the CBD shit.
Yeah, because women love packing their necks in front of people they don't know.
Oh god, dude, it was.
And
great.
then he just starts going into this crazy story.
Yeah, he's showing us all these pictures. He was holding up all these pictures and shit, and it's like, dude, this isn't a video podcast. And he's like, what am I even doing this for?
What am I doing?
That was such a. That was like our 5th show. That was such a shit show. It was hilarious.
He hit me up, man. I guess he just put out a new book, and
of course he did.
Of
course he did, dude. He's just a gimmicky guy. He just gimmicks around.
It was a fun time to talk to him.
Yeah, it was fun at the time. It was a good time. We should have taken him up on that offer though and went out there.
We could get.
It was like a month in advance. He's like, "Oh yeah, in a month we're having this huge party. You guys come out here, record a show and stuff." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, he wanted us to. Yeah, he's like, "You guys come out, stay the night. It's like a 2-day thing." Man, we even got the second house now. So they got like 2 houses that are haunted as fuck. Like, a lot of weird shit going on in them places. I think he installed like 80 cameras in his house or something. They're everywhere. Yeah. It says to do with like the Sharon Tate murder, all
that stuff, Manson murders, that kind of nonsense.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How did we get from Manson murder from barbecue for random chicks?
James,
because
James made a comment saying about a spread, and my brain instantly triggered to that tweet that I saw, and we go on tangents. That's how we do it. But you know what? I was able to collect it, and we got the flow back.
Yes, and we did a thing with it.
Should we do a segment? Should I play a Felix jingle?
Good job.
We're getting there, dude. Another couple years.
What do you think?
It'll be like well-oiled machine.
a Felix jingle, maybe? What do you think?
Dude, I will eat. Well, yeah,
Let's do it.
I have some tech.
You want tech?
Some health.
We'll do tech.
With help. Yeah.
I'll play tech right now. Here it comes.
All right.
Cruising with stay.
Buttons work.
Technology segment.
Computer.
Cruising with stay. Technology segment.
Maybe you can teach me how to use a computer, Jerry, to know how the buttons work.
Teach me how to computer.
I need to know how to buttons.
This actually streams out in stereo. So if you guys have headphones on, you're hearing the crazy stuff that Felix did.
To know how to buttons,
even for Zoom, and
buttons work.
Get the binaural thing going.
It's real binaural.
Should be for Mellow.
You need to know how the buttons, dude. Computer. God, Felix is the best.
Yeah.
We'll still stop that.
Mellow dropped his rice bowl.
Oh, the rice went flying.
Take one of the ears out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now he's choking. He's choking right now. Guys, he's choking.
He's choking on his rice. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Somebody give him a Teleheimlich maneuver.
I'm really glad.
I just saw ninja dust and someone hit him in the back. He's okay. He's okay. Yeah.
God,
it was
this
in and out of there.
is such a shit show. Why anybody would listen to this show outside of being live, I just don't understand. Just hang out with us.
Because it makes you feel good.
It's fun,
good
man.
feels.
It's just fun. It makes you
Good
laugh, dude.
feels.
We all
suck.
laugh.
It's great.
Great
just,
times.
You just laugh and laugh and laugh. Oh, tech news. Yeah, so I've had
what you
some
got?
weird technical difficulties. Why wouldn't I?
What do you need?
Right?
Do you need Cast? Do we need to install Cast right now, James? Are we installing
What?
Cast?
Consulting. Well, the problem is I've been having issues where it has to do with sound mostly. So anything I'm listening to will shut off and cut out constantly. Like I think they're just glitches in the matrix right now for me. Like right now, I don't know, it must be my headphones or something. Like when I'm at work, listening to shows, and it'll constantly. I don't know if maybe it's like the loose wire in there. Dirt gets in that little connection now because they have that stupid where you have to use the plug instead of a headphone jack. Well, sometimes stuff can get in there and mess things up, and I don't know. It makes my headphones all wonky. That they stop, they cut out, they jump to a podcast like two podcasts ago. Like they're glitching out like crazy. So then I'm in my car, my 4Runner the last couple of days. I'll be driving, and every like 5 minutes, boom, the fucking radio shuts off, and it restarts and turns back.
Man,
it's really weird. Yeah,
that happens to me too.
I'm like, then my TV, like I was trying to watch Hulu last night. For some reason, Hulu won't let me watch Terminator Salvation. It won't let me do it. I make it at the 4-minute and 58-second mark, and it goes
dude. That's probably all they uploaded onto Hulu, and then they were like, "We don't really need to put this whole movie on here. Nobody's gonna actually watch it."
Movie. Christian Bale, that one's great.
It's the only movie I ever fell asleep in during a movie theater.
You know what I fell asleep in was Interstellar.
Really?
Yeah, it's such a long movie.
But you know what you danced your ass off to? Interstellar.
Yeah.
Oh shit. See, now I thought Interstellar was probably the best representation of quantum mechanics and multiple
That's
dimensions.
because you believe in all that
there
hocus pocus, that guy.
You go in there for
I
the
do,
late
yeah.
show, so it starts at like 11, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a 3-hour movie. And I crushed a
that's
bunch of drinks or something before I went in there.
See, that's what
crushing
happened.
drinks.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking old guy, so I show up at the 5 o'clock, the 4 o'clock matinee,
Yeah,
right?
you're ready to go. Yeah, you're ready to soak in the knowledge.
Yeah, and then I fill up on
watched it. Yeah,
and then I fill up on popcorn, and I'm too full for dinner at Applebee's at 6.
Dude, I woke
If you're
up
an old
like,
guy, you already ate dinner at 4. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Call it like it is, Suzanne. Bring the reality. Getting your early bird specials, believing in space, some kind of boomer
blow my
believing
cover,
in the moon
Suze.
landing.
Well, that was
I know.
another thing too. It was cool. The
shouldn't
imagery
tell
of
people
that. I keep forgetting the name of the show.
Rick and Morty?
No, the one we were talking about. When
The one
first
we were talking
started
about
the show.
earlier.
Yeah. It goes into some scenes of that type of where everything's connected, multiple realities all at once, like string
Interstellar?
theory, basically. Interstellar. It's like Interstellar, and like it's messed up. I don't know. I can't wait, man. The show is cool. I bet, like Flavor said, he read the book, so I don't know why you waste your time doing that. You can just watch the
these
movie.
books.
Fuck these books.
Books?
I watched
like 12
Interstellar
years
3
ago, dude.
times.
Interstellar is a good movie, man. Yeah.
Like in 2 days, I watched it 3 times.
That came out around the time when it needed to, because there was all that shit in the news going on with like water on Mars, all this other stuff. The Martian came out. That was like when they fully cemented the reality of what we know as the illusion of space. Like they created
and that we were
it.
going to go to Mars.
Oh yeah,
There
we
was
were
a
totally
Mars
going to
there.
Mars.
And
was
through
that?
controversy over the moon landings again.
Yes.
Who says we
Yeah.
haven't Mars?
Who says
we're not there? We're not there already and still.
Well, I mean, we're all everywhere, that guy. I mean, we're omnipresent beings.
I'm talking about omnipresence, right? Yeah.
We're gonna be on
when we all die, who knows? We could end up on Mars. Who knows where our consciousness goes?
I want to go back to 2012 when I die.
What if the Mormons are right and we all get a planet and each of us has our own Mars?
Well, we talked about this. I'm going to Mormon heaven.
We can all have our God of War.
Yeah, dude,
It's
I
like
haven't been baptized. I'm going.
It's like Keanu Reeves needs to make a new film called My Own Private Mars.
Man. Oh, speaking of Keanu, did you see he came out with a girlfriend recently? He hasn't had a girlfriend in decades. Good for him.
Keanu Reeves came out as
good.
Keanu Reeves came out as heterosexual. Keanu came out as heterosexual.
Well, he was holding his agent's
So
hands.
brave.
He's a good guy.
So
I like that
brave.
Keanu.
Do you have the Good News song? Remember
Oh,
that
of course
song?
wait. Oh man, do I? Oh
Good
jeez,
News
I gotta.
segment.
Oh my, I forgot about that one, James.
There's a whole segment song.
We have a whole
There's not
segment
just
for actual good news that we forgot about because there wasn't good news for so long. We
This is
stopped. We
everything
literally
I'm
just
talking about
stopped.
Keanu right now. It's all good news. So,
Dude, I'm going deep into the. I'm in the external drive right
This
now.
is
We're gonna
old
find
school.
this.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
Keanu's
man.
girlfriend looks like an alien.
Dude, we probably haven't played
So
this
does
one
he.
since episode like 20 or something. It's been over 100 episodes since we've played Good News segment. Oh, there it is.
Keanu's too hairy to be an alien. Aliens
His
don't have
face
hair.
kind of looks like one, though.
No, he's too hairy.
I thought of this song.
Now Helen Mirren could totally be an alien, and she'd still be hot. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Well, there's different kinds of aliens. I mean,
yeah, come on. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's like 76 varieties. Who is that?
Yeah, but
that told us that?
When has anybody ever said that there's a hairy alien?
It's like Attack on Titan. There's a 3 meter, a 4 meter, a 5 meter.
some reason-
there's a 12 meter. There's
Yeah,
except for George Lucas.
No, that
except
guy,
for
you
George
calm
Lucas
down.
and the Wookiees.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Wookie.
Is somebody talking
call
about
me?
Attack on Titan? You talking about Titan meters right now, James?
I was talking about Titan meters.
You know I get
yeah.
excited.
I'm whipping
How
Titan
did I
meters
forget
out
how to
everywhere.
read? When does O come in the alphabet?
When does that come? That comes after like
After N.
N-O-P.
It's right before you pee.
Oh, here's the problem.
OP.
There's the problem I was running into.
Good news.
MNNOP.
This is like I'm if anybody wants to actually like
LMNOP.
We need a producer.
Oh, we need to play that. Somebody queue up the new alphabet. We need to play
What?
and we'll get that.
Oh,
yeah,
I
dude,
will.
they're trying to change the alphabet around. But
What?
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's hear this.
Just we can't because I'm a degenerate and I don't know what I'm doing right now. And come on. Where are you at? There it is. Okay, done. Play.
Extra.
Oh, I gotta get it to you guys now.
Extra. Read all about it. Good news segment. Extra. Read all about it. Good news segment with award-winning journalists Grimsteak and James Cruz. Good news segment.
Thank you for that, Felix.
Can I just say, really good tech
Yes.
segment, by the way.
You like?
I know.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
We crushed that
I
text.
understood everything.
That was James just
I put
ranting
it all
about
out
his,
there. But
ranting
what
about his
is going
problems.
on with that?
So like
We're
if
doing
Geek
this shit
Squad
ass
could call
backwards,
me, if Geek Squad could call
Yeah.
me or something, we get this figured out. Hell yeah.
Oh,
But you know what?
man.
Yeah, so that good news jingle that took me 25 minutes to find, that was for Keanu and his girlfriend. And now this, we need to find the reformed alphabet. So talk amongst yourselves while I Google like an idiot, because Discord didn't help me out at all and post it.
So is Keanu's new girlfriend? Is that George Clooney or?
It comes
Who-
right
who
up.
is-
When you
it could be. I
Google
mean, it could be his
Keanu
beard.
Reeves, first thing, girlfriend.
It
She
could definitely
looks
be his beard.
assigned to him.
All right, you guys ready for this new alphabet?
Assigned? Okay, wait a minute.
Hold on, yeah.
What does that mean?
Grant.
Yeah, never mind. We'll
Like
figure out the
assigned,
alphabet.
like how Scientology assigns girlfriends to,
Oh,
to
okay,
Tom
all right.
Cruise.
I like it.
But Keanu's not a Scientologist, is he?
Arranged.
Yeah, arranged. It's an arranged girlfriend.
Mm.
It's a beard, right? It's
Yeah.
not what,
Maybe it's something to do with fighting the war on incels. That they're like, okay, well, let's just give Keanu a girlfriend, and maybe it'll give all these guys hope. It might be something like that, but we don't know.
Like incels identify with Keanu Reeves? Come on.
Twitter's a weird place. I see a lot of
And
crazy
guess what
stuff.
else? Keanu Reeves. This is what sparked the whole thing with me. Was Keanu Reeves helps fellow airplane passengers through emergency landing stress, logistics.
Oh, wow.
Whatever. Yeah. So, the flight made an emergency landing 2 hours from its destination. The actor helped two of the fellow passengers with alternative transportation. Like basically, their bags and everything. They didn't have like a bunch of money on them or something, and yeah, he paid for all their shit and like,
Man.
just helped some people out. Yeah.
How do I get on his flight?
I know, right? Yeah.
Drinks on Keanu.
Dude, he's 54.
Dude, he's 54 and he's still crushing it. You kidding me?
Yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah,
you-
the people who can unload the bags won't be here for 3 hours. The vans will be here an hour.
What are you talking about right now,
So you-
James?
Yeah,
What's
I'm not
happening?
talking about the story.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I'm flying
my
right down
brain's,
the
my
story.
brain's gone. I'm looking
Yeah,
at this
Keanu's
alphabet.
old lady's pretty legit looking, and actually that dress that she's wearing kind of looks like a giant QR code.
Might be. Scan it, that guy. Figure it out.
Oh,
You might be on some kind of mystery right now, and then you can make a 45 post 4chan thread about it.
yeah.
Awesome. Get on the chans.
All
You
right.
guys wanna hear
I
this
can
new-
play the
you guys
health
wanna hear-
song.
Well, hold on. Before that, I'm gonna play the revised ABCs. It's coming at you.
Oh.
Here's this right now. Let's turn this up and hit play.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U.
This is an onion
Oh,
thing.
I hate this already.
This is
W.
dumb.
Cadence of it. They're not changing the alphabet order.
Maybe deep dumb. Yeah.
They said it could be a troll. which it probably is.
Yeah.
But they say they tried to legitimize it. Legitimize? I'll make words up of my own. Saying because the LMNO it gets all confused and blurred together, so they want to switch it up. But I'm pretty sure I just triggered
Jesse Jackson Jesse Jackson would approve your pronunciation.
I swear they were going to say STD. Yeah.
Yes, there's that. You say, what did you want? You want health food, James? Health segment?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
I just want the health segment.
Well, do we have any more tech news before you get it?
Yeah, so I had those issues with that weird thing. I don't know if it was me or just I'm having a bad luck. I don't know. So the car thing, I was like, well, maybe like I've had, I don't know, like the phone and all that stuff. So I was like, well, maybe if I like take the Bluetooth thing off, maybe something's going on with the connection from the receiver that when your car connects to these cellular device or whatever, it's pulling that data off of it, and so maybe there's something that was going on with my phone. So I just turned the Bluetooth off, and it tended to work the rest of the time. I don't know.
Well, I'm real proud of you, James. I'm really
That's a dumb, weird thing, but that's what happened. And then as far as the other stuff, like. I think I tried watching something else too on Hulu last night, and it did the same thing. It just boom, it just shuts off. It's like, what the? Yeah. Right before I got on here, like the computer started. I don't have the new one set up. Or
James, I think that you may have some sort of spirits connected to your electronics because you have shit breaking on you all the time.
I'm covered in dust.
Dude, you're covered in dusts and ghosts. I swear, dusts and ghosts. That's the show title.
It's the ether, dude. Ether's getting me hard, dude. It's like it's messing me up.
It is, man. You're in that drywall universe all day, just busting through.
I was doing drywall today. Oh,
yeah, of course you were.
Of course I was.
How's everything going with the tenants? You run across any scumbags yet?
Things
getting pretty nasty.
The tenants are good. A lot of the girls moved in. I basically rented to all females this past go around.
Yeah,
about 8 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to. It's like a harem anime. You're basically you're creating a harem anime right now, and I'm so proud of you. God, you are my Tenchi Musha, Jim.
It's a good scene over at 1333 Cove Avenue. You
dude, just doxing with steak. Doxing with steak. This is
doxing my own place.
I'll dox my own.
Where's 1333? I don't know. Look it up on Google. I didn't tell you where. But yeah, so there's some fun stuff going on there. Some nice young women.
Harem cruise.
And,
God, I love you, James.
Yeah, I mean, they all wanted the apartment. Yeah. And so, I had a lot of move outs, man. It was been,
dude. Really we got a question in the chats. How's the towel heads doing? I'm not going to dox who asked that.
They took them and their cockroaches and their bugs. They all moved. They moved 2 streets over, and they have a whole house now to fucking destroy.
What? They got a house in this economy?
Whole house. That was like a year ago. And then so then let's see that. But there's a husband and wife that live there. They're from.
They took the bugs with them.
Somalia, yeah, and then the other one is from Jordan. And then there's 2 other Middle Eastern people that live in my building. Dude, the Middle Eastern population is massive in Northern Ohio area. It's really crazy, weird. It has a lot to do with the hospital system. We have like one of the best in the country.
Really?
And so they all come here on the Catholic Church thing. They get all these shit for free. It's crazy.
Not anymore.
Nah, maybe not, right?
That's all gone?
What did they pass? They
Trump signed an executive order to stop funding adoption agencies.
Oh, man.
No, wait, I got it backwards. He reinstated faith-based adoptions. So expect more. Sorry.
Expect more. We're gonna get flooded. I don't know. I know that the one girl, she's pretty young. She's like 32, I think. And she's getting treatment for cancer. Like she's already back her 2nd time. Like I've known this girl now for, I don't know, probably 4 years. She was only gone for like a year. She went back over to Jordan. She told me a crazy story once when she was like a teenager. the U.S. was bombing the country, and one of the buildings fucking blew up, and it like you always hear shell shocked, and she basically explained to me like what it was and what the hell happened, and like it sounded god awful, dude. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so she couldn't even walk. Like it was so crazy, and she didn't even get hit by anything. Like that's how massive an impact these things are. And like, so it's pretty crazy. Like you hear different, I don't know. We don't talk politics, so I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man.
But but like as far as day to day, I mean, I was just at her place today. I talk to her all the time, and like she's a real cool chick. But,
get that harem going, James.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. And but
Hey girls, you wanna learn how to install ground effects on a car in 5 minutes?
Hell yes.
Yes,
You guys want to go fucking hit some jumps on the bike?
Oh, dude. Come on, man. You gotta give me on every sidetrack possible, right?
Jesus, I hit this jump in fucking 98. It was so badass.
Oh, dude, in 98, it was ridiculous. I think everything I'm going to talk about now is going to be nothing that goes past 99.
Your persona right now is my favorite. Your 90s James Cruz come to life. Just rave on me.
You know what it does
fucking
is those
scream
things,
metal lyrics in my Frost Your Tips. Just bring it to me. I want it.
No, I bleached the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, you bleached the whole thing. You went all in. You're not one of those tip frosters.
Dude, one time I tried bleaching my eyebrows. It was
just
bad
you're
move. Don't ever try it.
Don't go. That's the dumbest
because
thing ever.
I had white hair and black eyebrows. Like I was like, oh, I'll try to lighten them up a little. It turned into like a massive weird zebra looking thing, and I basically re-dyed them like brown. You know, I have dark, pretty much dark.
God.
I had to fix them. I had to like just for men them bitches.
Just for men them bitches, man.
Oh, they were all fucked up.
Yeah.
And then I took my brother. He's younger. Well, I took him one time with me because we had like when in the whole band thing, like we had like a hair dude, you know, like
you guys had like a hairstylist, a hair dude.
Yeah, he would
just
come
came
and
and like
hang out. He was a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah, he owned the hair place in town.
I like this.
And like we would always talk music, and like he just became like the hair dude. But he's like a way better drummer than our drummer ever was.
This really good drummer's just your hair dude.
Yeah, he's our hairdresser guy.
Man,
yeah.
This makes me so happy.
And you think we have like this rocker hair? Nah, we're all like just lame kids, stupid 17-year-old kids.
Hell
but
yeah,
he would hook us up with all these new products. You know, that we were the guinea pigs. You know, like yeah, and so that was always kind of fun. But yeah, I used to bleach that shit back in the day.
Hell yeah, just like Majin Vegeta.
Yeah.
Going Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan. Yeah. And then I've had one time I did it black, one time I've done it maroon, definitely white, yellow one time. I've never done like green or like blues and shit.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Come on.
I've never done any of that punk rock shit.
Nah, you're cooler than that.
I was all just a metal dude. That was it.
Hell yeah.
And there you have it.
There it is. You have it.
There it is.
There it is.
What else did you want to know about 98?
I don't know, man. We still have an endless amount of episodes to do. You could probably share an episode or a story.
This one time I dropped in on this ramp. Yeah, and like actually, it takes me back to when I say ramp. I remember building that ramp and almost using a nail gun, almost shooting my friend's eye out.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, we were up on the one of the sides of the half pipe, like
right.
We were holding them up, and you put 2x4s in between them, and
you missed the 2x4 and it went through.
He's holding the 2x4 and he's holding the edge of it, and I go in to whap it twice with this huge, old nail gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom, and it fires right through the wood, and it goes. It actually, dude, it hit him like on the side of his head. But dude, he went down like I just put it right through his skull, like, and I like froze, dude. It was like the craziest thing, like. And then he looks up and starts laughing. I'm like, and I kicked him in the stomach after that, because it was like one of those bro things of just like, why would you do that to me, dude? Like, I almost. I thought I
crazy.
took your face off with this thing.
Yeah, like, shit like that just happens.
He's laughing. So you get kicked, and that's what happens. So.
Yeah. Yeah, people get fucking, accidents happen.
I don't know, but I mean, I almost took his face off with the nail. So
yeah, but you didn't. But you didn't, so, and you lived to tell the tale.
Before Fortnite, you know?
Yeah. Well, what?
Before
Yeah,
Fortnite,
this is exactly.
This is
This is beef.
Yeah, dude, you'd have Daisy Red Rifle. You'd have Daisy Red Rifle fights with each other. You know, it's like
we used to shoot
battle royale.
bottle rocket fights.
Oh yeah, dude, shoot bottle rockets. But dude, like the Daisy BB
like
guns, they're such low velocity. You could just shoot them at each other all day long.
We were into paintball for sure. In my,
dude,
my
paintball
20s.
was great.
Well,
man,
I'd say mid-20s.
That was like my late
paintball.
teens with paintball. It's because my older brother got me into it.
24 when I started that. Played that at the same time I was racing the go-karts. Like I've done a million things. Yeah, I think I skill for days. I don't know. I've done a lot.
You're an active dude.
Not anymore.
Dude, it's cool.
Now you're drawing anime on your
and now
wall, bro.
And now he's got Naruto, Kakashi, and Sasuke just sitting behind him because I've completely corrupted James and turned him into a full-blown weeb, and I love it. Come
Got
to
me
the dark
back into
side.
art. That was fun.
Hell yeah!
I'm not even.
It's all about.
That's not even close to finish. It'll look way cooler.
Everybody should watch anime. Fuck you guys if you don't. You fucking judgmental fucks. It's great. It's some of the best storytelling. That's happened in the past 30 years.
God damn.
It really is amazing. Like I didn't know what to expect. I watched Dragon Ball Z a lot when I was a kid, but like my mom was always like, "No, you gotta turn that shit off. That's garbage.
That's that cheap shit."
Yeah. There's rice all over the floor.
It's just rice everywhere.
The whole bowl's on the floor now.
Yeah,
oh,
I still haven't picked
Where's
it
the
up.
dog? Get the dog.
She ain't home. And really, you should just pick a show, like any show, watch.
Give it a shot.
3 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
Just watch
just check it
3.
out.
And if you don't like it, pick another one.
They're only like 19
You don't like
minutes.
that one?
They're short. They're short. They're
picked up,
fun.
that's so true.
Yeah.
I picked up like 3, and I'll probably give them a shot. Like there's some of the ones we've been talking about. Like I can't remember off the top of my head because they're all crazy fucking names. But I've been trying them. Yeah,
What
the
do you
anime
think
thing's
would be
different. Yeah.
What do you think would be the best show for somebody?
Oh
to
God,
watch?
I'm breaking everything right now. Okay, I'm sorry.
What happened?
We're
No,
still live?
everything's fine. Yeah, no, we're live. I was just playing the soundboard. It wasn't going out to you guys. Buttons were getting hit. Shit
It was
just got
almost about to
crazy.
be a false flag, but
Grim
he
Snake.
white-hatted his way out of it.
Yeah, I did.
do
I
you-
absolutely white-hatted my way out of it. That almost all just broke down. I'm sorry. I broke the flow there.
No, you good. What do you think would be the best show for someone to start with?
Just watch Cowboy Bebop.
In
Just be a normie and watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Be a normie,
Because
watch
I'm
Cowboy
so
Bebop, and that'll make you love
I
anime.
haven't tried that.
It's
One
good.
yet.
My brother started me off with One Piece.
Oh, you can't start with One Piece.
It took me a while to get into it because it's weird.
Bill,
It's super weird.
wait, Bill. So you're telling me we spent 12 hours in a car together and we didn't discuss One Piece at all?
Dude, I don't remember half the stuff that went on because it's just so discombobulated. And,
And I
plus,
was and I just had everybody stoned the entire time.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say that too.
But anyway,
Yeah.
but really, dude, let's just go on a road trip somewhere just so we could talk One Piece.
That's the fun. That's the best part of a trip is the travel. Like,
Oh, dude, yeah.
And if we can get we need like an RV.
Next time, James, we'll come all the way
Sprinter
over.
van.
Dude, me and
No,
Bill.
I'll just meet you somewhere. Yeah, and we'll meet up and then we'll hit the road. Yeah, like or whatever. Yeah, you can come to my house. I don't give a fuck. Come on
back
over.
to the anime thing. God, there's all these good suggestions. Lady Boshi, any Miyazaki movie. Watch any Miyazaki movie. They're fucking great.
Well, Miyazaki,
Samurai Champloo.
yeah.
Samurai Champloo is by the same guy that did Cowboy Bebop. We're getting on an anime rant. I'm sorry, guys. Pull me back. This is Cruising with Steak. This isn't Shonen Dump.
I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
Getting all excited, worked
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna have to start slapping penises here if we don't calm
come
down.
on. Yeah. This is getting all kinds of gay and faggy in here.
Well, I thought the whole thing was that we were just gonna do trains with steak, and we
Trains
were
with
just gonna everybody
just do a real autistic train talk cast. Oh.
No, just that's steak con. Is we just all like we rent out a train car, and then everybody just hops on the train car across the country.
We could just ride the South Shore to Chicago and back all day.
We could just take the South Shore back
just
and
drink
forth
on
all
there.
day. Dude, we really could.
Well, that was what I loved about when I went on the cruise, because it was so dope. You didn't have to go anywhere. You just instant anything you want right there.
Yeah, that's like a prison though too.
No, it's not, dude. I'm telling you, man. Well, unless you're really freaked out of sort of confined. It's not really confined at all. Dude, that's why I tried it. It was awesome.
I don't like not being able to get away from people.
Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. I'm the same way.
I saw people.
Like, what am I gonna do? Jump into the ocean? You kidding me right now?
Exactly.
Oh, dude, it's not like that. Because I'm the same way. We're all the same, dude. I'm not. I don't.
We are all the same.
I go to these sporting events, but I find it highly annoying.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I like going to them. But the cruise thing, like, yeah, I'm like, I hate like all the parks. Not that I hate them, I just hate the amount of people. It gets
claustrophobic.
And,
yes.
And yeah, I mean, you could be at a mall. I remember when malls used to be like that. Like, I just didn't like it then. Back 20 years.
Dude, you ever fry in a mall? Like just been on like mushrooms or acid in a mall?
Dude,
that is
for sure. Yeah.
Oh man.
We used to do the thing where
dude, take a hit of acid and we just go walking through the mall and just be fucking
Dude, you
crazy.
go through like JC Penney's and they'd have those like 4-post mirrors.
Yeah, the mirrors, yes.
And you would do the mirror thing, dude. Yeah, and just do that for like
such
move
good
around
times.
the store a little bit, rolling on the floor, laughing. Dude, that was life. That was
life.
I mean, if Kid Rock has his own cruise, there's no way we can't.
Yeah, why can't cruise exist?
No
I mean,
way,
we're branded. We are already branded for it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. This needs. I gotta hit up a travel agency or something.
Yeah, dude.
And make this shit happen.
We just have to scam people. We need somebody out there who's good with computers. Pump our numbers up somehow illegally, so then we could just say we get like millions of downloads a week.
We need some Russian bots.
Let's get some Russian bots on this.
Yeah.
Push our numbers, then we'll buy you all tickets to cruises. Because we only have like 10 listeners anyway.
Call Hillary. She knows how to manipulate numbers.
Fuck yes, she does. God.
Yeah.
Suzanne coming in, bringing it back.
Any hackers in the chat? Any hackers?
Hackers.
No, that guy already left. He's gone.
Yeah.
Hackers in the chat.
Well, I had a health thing. Did we play that song?
Wait, no, we didn't play the health. No, we didn't play
played
the
it.
We're talking about it.
We did a good news one, but
we did good news. That took me a long time to find.
Well, I have a health thing that's related.
Okay,
I was just watching before I jumped on the show.
Okay, well, I'm switching over audio. This one's going to be seamless, you guys. Right now. Shit, no, it isn't because I can't read. Where is that one? I'm the fucking worst. Well, I'll play this one.
Let's talk about the Jews here.
Okay, there we go.
Fucking meat mountains.
I'm like, holy fuck, I want to bust down a door and start eating your meat mountain.
Cruising with stay.
Fucking meat mountain,
segment.
Eat your meat mountain,
This is my favorite
Everybody
channel.
eat while you're listening to this. It's good.
Yeah, get some burgers. Maybe a nice spread.
Yeah, nice
Putting
bread.
it out there.
Some ribs.
Some ribs.
Cruising with stay. Health/food segment. The most health conscious podcast all along the flat earth. The most health conscious podcast all along the flat earth.
Fucking meat mountains.
I'm like, holy fuck, I want to bust down a door and start eating your meat mountain.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
That's
a
what a wizard, dude. What a wizard.
A perfect jingle. A perfect
Thank you,
jingle.
Felix. I know you're around.
He's there. He's in the ether. He's in the ether, and he'll be back someday.
Yep.
He's there.
Yep.
I felt like I was on acid.
Yeah, I know. That's what it's like. It's a cool jam, dude.
I
Like,
know, it
yeah,
totally
it's
is.
a sick jam. Yeah. He knows what he's doing, manipulating your brain waves. And speaking of manipulating things, I was watching. Maybe some of you have seen it already. It's on Netflix. Unnatural Selection.
Unnatural Selection.
I have not. Is that like the Darwin Awards?
No, it's about gene editing and biohacking. This
Explain,
is
James.
Cool
Let's hear
stuff.
it.
Oh yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff. Like it's a series, so I've only it's the first one's like an hour, so I was watching that, and they went through the pros and cons of all this and a little bit of history of CRISPR and how CRISPR works. And and
I have heard of that.
Wild. Yeah, I don't know. They stumbled across this protein or whatever, this CRISPR thing. Like so I don't know how. They explained it for like 1 second, but like anyway, they can use this, and it basically it spans any gene. Like they can go in and copy and paste, take out whatever they want with these. So now they're doing these tests, and it's like an ethical thing too. There's a whole battle. They'll put in the congressional like meetings on life in general.
Congressional meetings
like
on life.
What it really consists of is it just, you know, were we the perfect stew at the time, or
dude, I don't think we should do this CRISPR stuff. I'm all against it. I don't think we should. We should manipulate genes and just.
They mess around with animals, yeah. When you start messing with humans,
and we already live in this crazy, like, unsustainable economy. Like, I don't. It's nuts. It's nuts. People can't afford to live this way, and then they want to make perfect people.
I know. It's so weird. Yeah, they just blasted a turd on this planet, and here we are.
Yeah, just blasting turds.
Do you ever wonder why, like, Jews and Muslims don't eat pig?
Because of people. I always just figured it's because
we just share too many organs with them because we're a lot closely related to them than we think.
Leonidas, that's an amazing image. I'm tweeting that out.
Yeah, Flavor. I've heard that too. That's interesting.
Because it's weird, because like people say that we're really super close to monkeys, but then like,
no, we're
you
not.
can't get monkey organs put in you.
We're close to
pig
frogs.
organs
It's
put
fucked
in you.
up. Like like that's what they were doing tests on the mice, and now they're doing frogs. We're more close to frog. Yeah, it's like we're all one little thing off of each other. Like it's weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all the same shit, man. Everything's made of the same shit.
Yeah.
We're all star stuff.
It's just built different. Yeah,
it's all.
And they figured out how they can do that. And now there's these dudes like doing the show that. Oh, go ahead.
I about the pig thing. I'm thinking. It may. I mean, that makes sense, but really, pigs like it can get you really sick. Like that's an animal that will fuck you up if you don't cook it right.
Kuru.
So I think that I think yes.
I just had pork chops tonight.
Is it exactly kuru though? Is it the same, or is it something similar? Is it the same as eating humans?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I've never ate a human before, so I can't say.
Yeah, dude, like pigs. I mean, yeah, man, you'll get sick from it pretty easily. So it's like they might not. It might have been one of those things where it's like, let's not even risk eating this thing because people are dying. Maybe, I don't know. It's just an alternate theory that seems maybe possible.
I mean, yeah, that makes the most amount of sense. That like,
I mean, it's kind of an Occam's razor thing here, but I don't know.
They cooked them wrong or something.
Yeah, if you don't cook it good, it's just so much. There's so much bacteria.
My brother died.
The bacteria is what they use to control all this stuff. Like that's how it's weird. Like they send. So in this show, they do that. They like there's these dudes that like they're backyard mechanic. Imagine a backyard mechanic, but the dude has a barn where he just builds fucking gene shit because he's into it.
Yeah,
it's like crazy. Legos. Right? Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
That's like me with all my. That's like me with all my homunculi I'm making. All those jars with eggs that I jerk off in every night.
And these dudes are all pissed because eventually the government will come in and regulate what they're doing, and like, and then you're screwed. But they were like, it's so easy, like anybody could do this shit.
Tim
like,
Steak, I'm loving the Ren and Stimpy pictures. Anybody could do it, James.
Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can. Yeah.
God, that was a weird show too.
Dude, that's those dudes to make like fucking nuclear reactors. Nuclear, fucking George Bush. Reactors in their garage and shit. They make these huge fucking reactors. It's like, I mean,
yeah, the one guy worked for NASA, and he was developing this kit. It's a kid. I don't know. He's probably in his mid-20s, late 20s, but as this company where, like I say, he's sending these kits out, but like fairly knows what he's doing. But he was developing, even studying some shit for Mars. Now I don't know why it doesn't work there anymore, but I guess this dude went viral because he shot himself in the arm with some of this shit. And
so he's self-testing. He's just like,
giving a presentation, and the person was like, well, what have you ever tried? And he's like, no, I haven't actually. He's like, well, why would you want us to do this? And they're like, oh, you do it. He's like, all right, fuck it. And he turned around and grabbed a needle and shoved it in his arm.
Oh man.
And like, yeah, and I don't know. So the stuff he used it's like a muscle thing, and it's like, yeah, if you subtract this and that and add 2 here, like it reverses things. So like you could see these crazy dogs that like he's built and shit.
Built
they're
dogs?
Like, dude, oh yeah, you got to look up these. Like, I don't know. I'll have to.
I don't like
hate
this.
Doing the show.
I don't like anything about this.
Genetically engineered dogs. You'll see them. They look like tanks. They're fucking massive, dude. They're like, their hind legs, everything. They're like 8 times the size of they normally are. They're huge. They're like a man's tree trunk.
I've seen those huge pigs.
Yeah, pigs like that. Just brick shit house. So he just started shooting that shit in his arm to see what would happen. It has something to do with muscle stuff, like. So you can really control all this stuff, and then people are getting real freaked out over it for sure. And then they're talking about in this one island they want to release something into the wild, which will procreate whatever they release into it. So if you start messing with the ecosystem like that,
it's like some Montauk shit, man.
Yeah, it's some weird stuff, right? So I wonder how big of an impact. Maybe in small things. I don't even know.
It sounds like we're creating chimeras or chimeras or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, you literally could make like yourself. I mean, they were talking like it was almost like they wanted to be like
can these things
like
actually
tattoo shops? Like you go in and get some of this and some of that, and like
are these things that they're creating actually like fertile though? Like are they able to reproduce? Because I know if you make shit like a liger or a mule or something,
animal,
they can't reproduce.
With birds or something like, and they were gonna send it out with a different like. Something that's weird. It wasn't.
I don't like any of this.
Crazy. It wasn't gonna have like 4 wings.
Let fucking nature be.
Internal.
Let it do its own thing. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's right.
But maybe it like Flavortown said, maybe that's how we got here. Maybe we're just in a giant cycle, and we're just the present version of us is in the process of creating the future version of us, which we will forget, and then we'll just assume that the past version of us is an alien, and then it'll just be cycle, and then there'll be some fucking future version of us that's Giorgio Tsoukalos sitting there screaming about ancient aliens, but he's really talking about us. But we don't know.
Well, and another question I have personally is like, what is it really true that all humans come from a single origin, or are there multiple origins to the humans? Like getting into the whole like you have the Rh negative blood types and all these like haplogroups and things like that. Like how, I mean, we all know the history is a bunch of bullshit, or at least what we're taught in history is bullshit. Like how just because somebody says, oh yeah, we all came from out of Africa or whatever. Like, I mean, sure, it's possible that there were some groups of people that came out of Africa.
There's also a lot of stuff that says we came out of Australia too. So it's like, what do you believe?
And I mean, these scientists tell us they find bones that are 150 million years old that are buried a foot underground, and they think it's a dinosaur. So I mean, let's be honest here. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, but the grounds could erode over time. There could have been miles of dirt on that at some point. I mean, 150 million years, a lot of shit could happen where that bone could get ripped all around in the earth. Shit's all shifting around, but we don't know. We don't even know if any of that's true.
They say the Sahara Desert is thousands of years old, yet there are maps that depict the area of Sahara Desert from the 1500s that are lush and have specific lakes and cities and all kinds of shit, not even 500 years ago. So what the fuck do we even know about Africa?
There's rocks in the Sahara Desert that have fossils of little tiny sea creatures in them.
Yeah.
So at one point,
like little cephalopods.
Yeah, at one point that area of the world wasn't a desert; that was a fucking ocean.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could just tell by the Sphinx, all the weathering on that. I mean, Robert Schock went and said that. Like when he went and looked at it, he said, "No, this is rain damage on the weathering.
It's water erosion,
Yeah,
not wind
water erosion. Yeah."
I'm not a geologist, but I'm fairly positive that this area that I live in the Ozarks was pretty much underwater or borderline an inland sea up until maybe even as recently as like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
There's a lot of evidence to show that.
Yeah, the area I live in was all completely underwater freaking 100 years ago. The Kankakee Marsh, like they dredged all this shit out. Or probably 200 years ago, I'd say. This is all fucking marshland.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we really don't know because
we really don't.
Most of our history is okay up until you start getting to about 100 years ago, and it starts getting pretty shaky. Even with the geological records, like I know that what's his name, Randall Carlson. He talks about all that stuff that happened tens of thousands of years ago, which I could, it's super interesting.
I believe that comic, and that's canon to me. The Comet Impact.
My question is though, like, what is it about that theory that makes it from that time period? Like, how do we know that happened 10,000 years ago and not 500 years ago?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, because what's a generation? A generation is only 100 years. All it takes is one person to change the stories around in one generation, and we don't know anything. Like one fuck.
I mean, if you throw out radiocarbon dating, which I think, I personally think that I can.
Well, you can't radiocarbon date bones. You're only you're doing it on the rocks and the shit around the bones. So you're just assuming the age of what the bones are.
Right, but yeah, you throw out all that dating information, and what are you left with? You're not left with a whole lot. You're left with geological evidence, but even that is, somewhat hard to date. You can observe it and say, okay, well, there's layers and layers on top of these layers, and there's obvious erosion here. But as far as when it happened, I don't know. I think it just kind of is speculation. I don't know if there's good enough science to show that there's hard dates for a lot of that stuff. So. Go into like the New Madrid earthquake in 1812. I've been looking into that a lot recently, and it's a pretty fucking crazy period of time in the United States. Like most of the Midwest and like Southeast was very heavily modified, and the Mississippi River was completely changed in 1812 after that earthquake. So you could have had a lot of these areas.
So it was just down the middle of America, pretty much.
Yeah, the New Madrid earthquake.
Yeah, I need to look that up.
The epicenter was sort of like in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee. And there were effects all the way out to the East Coast. I think there's a president that claims that he was on some kind of steamboat on the Mississippi at the time that it was going on. I want to say it was like Roosevelt or something. Teddy Roosevelt was talking about how he was there. But yeah, I mean, like
in 1812.
Yeah, and I mean, you go into the mud flood stuff, and like you have these like you're taking these areas that are buried in like 20 to 30 feet of mud, 2 stories of mud. You look at photos from Kansas City in the 1860s, and they're literally digging that city out of mud, like 2 stories of mud.
Where'd that come from?
I think, Bill, you were when we got off the show last week, you'd brought up the pictures I'd posted in Hidden History about all that mud. Like,
yeah,
there's so much of it, and you look at photos of things from certain periods of time, and you can see it, and you can go into your own cities and see that there are older buildings that basically have a first floor.
Yeah, dude, the architecture of the videos or the pictures that you posted last week was so much more sophisticated than the ones that were above the level that they were excavating.
Yeah, so the question is, in America, we've talked about like the underground tunnels and like Chattanooga and like all those places, but like they're underground now, but how do we necessarily know that they were underground back then when they were actually built?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really weird. It definitely seems like there was some kind of pretty
Fuckery?
crazy geological event relatively recently in the United States that is just kind of like hush hush. And you got to think too, the New Madrid earthquake where that was, there wasn't a whole lot of like Western people living out there. It was mostly natives, Native Americans. You had a lot of tribes out there, and they all got either killed or relegated to remote areas of the country relatively shortly after. So their stories kind of died with them, and maybe there are some people in those tribes still around that might know something about them. It's not that far removed. But yeah, it's weird. Buried. Everyone looking at mud floods, buried cities. Like I said, you can go into your own towns probably and find some shit that like doesn't really make much sense, where you have lots of buildings with main entrances. You have to walk down a flight of stairs and you're basically in where a basement is supposed to be, and it's not a basement, it's a first floor. So
it's crazy. Well, there's all those European cities that are just built on top of each other, like what is just underground cities everywhere. It's just a stack.
Yeah, but we attribute that to being really old, but that happens over here too, and it's not even that old.
Well, you figure things could get built within a generation. Yeah, within a generation, things can get built. So I feel like our concept of time is so weird. We don't fully understand it. Like 100 years feels like maybe a long time, but it's really not that long. Like I don't know. Time's a crazy bitch.
Part of me almost feels like the period of time between 1800 and 1900 may have actually been like 200 to 300 years.
It could have been, honestly, yeah. Yeah, with you had the Civil War, there was a War of 1812, there was, who knows what else there was. I mean...
The Armenian Genocide in 1915.
The Armenian Genocide. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a weird one. There's not a lot of people willing to it's starting to gain more popularity, with people that are kind of asking questions, not only about, Epstein killed himself.
God, I was just going to say that. Oh, you stole it from me. I was literally trying to cut in and say that.
There are people asking those kind of questions, and that's good. And I think that's important. And it's definitely, pedophilia and sex trafficking is a huge problem in our society.
Yeah.
But so is knowing where we came from and knowing
what
this place is and why we're here and what all of it means. Yeah, we need to be more demanding of the people that claim to be the holders of history, these academics and these scholars and these historians that are basically just writing
books,
shit
making
that they
money.
Don't even know.
Yeah, they're getting their freaking tenures at their universities, and
Man, I have an anecdote. I have a friend who got a master's in history, and he got a master's in history in the period of time I'm kind of talking about, Reconstruction era, 1860s, North Texas, and I was kind of talking to him a little bit about this stuff, and he was saying this one book, this my thesis, I had this one book that was written in the 1930s, and this guy was writing about Reconstruction era North Texas, and he was basing it off of all these sources, and he went to go find the sources, and because apparently the book stated that the sources were in this particular, it was the McKinney courthouse records or whatever. So he actually physically went there and tried to find them, and they were just like, oh no, they're all at this other courthouse now, the new one. So we went over to the new one and just kind of wandered around, tried to find some people who were might want help, and they were basically just nah, we don't know where this shit is, if we have it at all, it's not recorded, there's no proof it was ever there. And he was just well, I just he ended up using it as a source anyway, and my question to him was well, how the fuck do you know that he was using legit sources? You're gonna base your history off of history that people wrote using sources that you can't even find anymore? Is that what history is now? Is that what academia does? Is they're not rigorous enough to say no primary sources?
Well, that seems like what all modern science is based on. All space science is just based on a presumed narrative, and they just go on with it and say, no, this is the right way, and they just keep going.
Kids that learned Photoshop.
Yeah, exactly.
By NASA.
Oh man.
Or they make historical recreations on History Channel.
Yeah, those are solid. Or just work for Ancient Aliens. Josh Cutchin was just on Ancient Aliens this last Friday.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw that out there. He's talking about giving a little Fae knowledge. I think he said on Twitter that they interviewed him for like 2 hours and he had
90 minutes.
90 minutes, and he had a 15-second blurb on there.
Yeah, and he said I watched it and I was surprised that nobody brought up entheogens. Yeah. And he's like, I kept saying the word. I said it like almost all the time.
Yeah. Man, good for him.
That's probably the other 89 minutes.
Yes, it's all entheogens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like Ancient Aliens in the sense that it's like, a good 50% of it is like vaguely interesting information that people should look into on their own, and the other 50% is complete horseshit.
Yeah,
but their whole concept, everything has to tie back to aliens. So it's like,
that's my problem.
That's the gimmick.
It's like an eye roll every time. Well, it must be aliens.
That first season of Ancient Aliens, though, I got to tell you, that red pilled a lot of people. Like they watched that, and it got the brain going.
That's what red pilled me. If it wasn't for that show, 100%. I wouldn't have gone down the rabbit hole, man.
Dude, I used to, back when that first started, it kind of convinced me that Jesus was an alien.
Yeah, it does. It'll teach you. Yeah, yes, it's total mind control fuckery that they play with that show. But it opens the doors, opens the floodgates. So I respect it for that.
But I mean, most people just want to see that shit on TV and just think that they learned something about aliens or, whatever. And if I have to hear one more episode that they tie back to fucking Akhenaten, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Akhenaten?
Fucking egg-shaped head Egyptian that they tie everything in that show back to.
Yeah.
Which elongated skulls are a really interesting topic, but the way that they take it is just cringy.
So,
bring it, Bill. I know you got something.
Yeah, I had a little something prepared here. Nothing too exciting, but I've just recently learned about this not new phenomena, but a cultural fad in Australia, I guess, is called shoey. Have you guys heard of a shoey before?
Have not.
It's drinking alcohol from a shoe, like your shoe that you wear. You'll take off your shoe and you'll pour a beer into it when you're,
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, you hold the tip, the toe of the shoe down, and you pull the whole beer in there, and then you tip it up and drink it. So I kind of got interested in learning like where this came from. So I did a little bit of research on it, and I've got a few sentences here if you guys are interested.
A little bit of research, aka about to do a shoe blast right now.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. Just a few snippets. Apparently, it says drinking from a shoe has historically been performed as both a bringer of good fortune and a hazing punishment. In the 20th century, the act of drinking champagne from a lady's slipper became a shorthand for decadence and sophistication. And it says the practice is thought to have originated in 1902 at the Everly Club, a high-class brothel in Chicago. When a dancer's slipper fell to the floor, a member of Prince Henry of Prussia's entourage picked it up and used it to drink champagne. And then it goes on to say, on the more of the hazing side, drinking from another soldier's boot was a traditional hazing ritual in the German army. The soldiers would drink from the general's boot after a victory. During World War I, German soldiers were said to pass around a leather boot filled with beer to bring good luck before a battle. The drinkers would flick the boot before and after taking a drink from it. The idea that drinking from a shoe or boot can bring good fortune dates back to the Middle Ages. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Bingo.
Thank you guys for listening.
God, you just did that whole just for the FC didn't kill himself.
Just for that.
You ever drink Bailey's from an old shoe?
You ever drink Bailey's? God, I'm old Greg.
You ever been to a club where people wee on each other?
That's the rod, motherfucker.
Oh man.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what boys like. Boys like. Boys like me.
Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Man. Should we play another jingle to just wrap the show up with?
Man.
You want to do cryptozoology?
You know, one thing I forgot to mention about the genetic thing.
Oh yeah, CRISPR. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Well, they did these crazy things where they're putting fluorescence in sperm. So this dude is a dog breeder, so he jacks his dogs off, collects his sperm, injects them like with this CRISPR stuff, and can edit whatever he wants. I don't know how. I can't wait to dip in more into this and figure out how they do that. I guess it's that they can really go in and just fine tune whatever you want. And
they make a man cheetah.
It's messed up. Yeah. Mansom cat.
Mansom cat.
Yeah, he's Mansom cat. But they were, dude. So they started. So if the sperm, like I guess they have a microscope that you can see fluorescence, and I guess that they can do. That's science shit. And anyway, so he's got the special microscope, does that, checks it out, and then says if any sperm that's colored like that will make said animal like fluorescent. And so right now, if you go on Google and Google this shit, you'll see it all over the place. It's crazy. All these dudes testing this shit out. They put these lights up and stuff to these monkeys and shit, and they're all fucking glowing. It's messed up. And they had a rat that this one that was on YouTube. They had a rat that was like in, a test mouse or whatever, and it was glowing red like a missile just running around. It was crazy as fuck. Like there's some crazy weird shit they're doing with this stuff. Yeah. So we can get some
God like that.
Right?
Or
it's
playing
weird,
Demiurge,
dude.
excuse me.
Yeah, playing Demiurge.
I don't know. I guess because I'm like, it's a mouse. I don't really give a fuck. But if they turn like my brother like neon purple or something,
how's your bro doing? Is he back?
Cool?
He's all good now? He's not out there?
Fine, dude.
No, he's back in States.
Oh yeah. Good. Shout out to Jawbreaker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. He's fine, dude. But I don't know. I think this stuff's pretty
it's fucked up. They shouldn't
pretty
be doing
heavy
it.
any way you look at it, dude.
Yeah, they really shouldn't be doing it.
It's cool. It's helpful. You can go in. Like there's got to be some parameters, I guess. But who says there's the parameters, and then it's regulated, and then these dudes can't do what they want.
I don't think the universe is going to look too kindly on us doing shit like this.
Yeah,
like
we
the
gave you
hubris
this
of all that
life
stuff.
No, man.
But don't you think? I don't know.
There's
What
karma.
if we can evolve? Yeah, we're gonna evolve right out of us into the.
Personally, we've already evolved. I think we're there.
Technocracy,
We've
like
ascended.
the techs. Yeah,
Evolution is a myth.
Well, now the next step, they're going so fast with this shit. The next step is human. They're gonna have to fuck with humans. Like that's the thing. Like they've done it all. It works on everything, and like.
Dude, they're already fucking with it on humans. It's just not in the newspapers.
You know
It's
they
already
are.
happening.
They have to be.
Have you ever seen an
Well, the dude's shooting it in his arm. Like, I mean,
I've seen an attractive musician before, Flavortown.
No, I ever seen an unattractive famous musician?
Wow.
Yeah, dude, there's probably some.
Sure, Tom
Okay,
Petty.
sure, name 'em.
Dudes like that.
They got their quirks.
Steven Tyler.
That's what happens when you get pure heroin. You don't get sick and die when it's pure heroin. Dude, you gotta listen to Artie Lang on Joe Rogan. The new.
Oh yeah, I
listened to that shit today. It was hilarious, bro. It was
it's so
I
good.
loved it.
Yeah, Artie's a great dude. I've listened. Yeah, when he was in
Shout
that
out, he's
whole
listening.
run. In that whole run. Yeah, it was so good. When he was on there. Anyway,
89 wins. Yeah, he was just on Legion of Skanks a couple weeks ago too. Another great podcast. Man.
Yeah, Grim, you turned me on to that one. I've been listening to them for the past few weeks.
It's good, isn't it? It's the most offensive podcast in the world.
I love it.
Me too.
Good tech talk.
Yeah. What
did we learn today?
Cryptozoology segment. I just want to play the jingle. Let's see if this is the one.
Interdimensional abatement.
Yeah.
I don't know what that shit is. I'm not gonna go chase goofy interdimensional ape man. Come on.
Cruising with Steve. Crypto zoology segmento. Cruising with Steve. Crypto zoology segmento. Cruising with Steve. Crypto zoology segment. Yeah.
I skipped the whole cryptozoology phase.
Oh, for real?
Right
You don't believe in monsters?
I don't know what that shit is. I'm not gonna go chase goofy interdimensional ape man. Come on.
They're obviously interdimensional.
Come on, YOLO.
Dude, they're just the robots of the Greys.
Oh, well, I would say the other way around.
Oh, you think the Greys are little robots of the Bigfoot?
Probably. Well, Bigfoots are probably projecting reptilians into our brains to make us fearful. They probably are overlords.
I would totally believe that. They live in the Hollow Earth, controlling us from the underground. Totally.
I think we just solved the mystery. This whole planet is controlled by Bigfoot.
Yeah, and everyone on it is controlled by stupid stories about Hollow Earth and Bigfoot and ETs.
Yep.
Oh, that's such a good jingle.
It's true. It's true.
It's
That
true.
last thing was-
Everybody's controlled by it. Yes.
I love that jingle.
The space one's pretty funny too.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Yes, yeah. RPJ was just on Grey Merrick. Do I have spaces?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Do I have spaces fake in my queue over here?
Yeah,
dude, he went back on.
They were live whenever we started, I think.
Was there a spat, or has it just been a while?
It's just been a while. I don't know. Water under the bridge if there was. So.
Well, I'm not gonna say it. I don't know.
No, we all
I don't
know.
know
It's okay. We know nothing.
Of all the things we speculate about, let's not speculate about this.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know, and I
Well, I don't know
respect
either.
the
That's
dude,
why
so I'm not going to say anything bad. So
Yeah. We're all gonna listen to it. It's gonna be awesome.
Jerry Spaces Fake .mp3. There it is.
Chink like 10 times. Why are we worried about saying
Yeah, we did say chink like 10 times. I'm pretty sure we said towel head.
Because that's a generalization that you're kidding about, as opposed to saying Red Pill Junkies this or that.
So
that's who we're referring to.
So what I'm saying is,
he was on Tripoli not too long ago, right?
I don't think. No, that was other Red. That was Red Pill 77 or whatever his name is.
78. Red Pill 78. Yeah.
78. There you go.
this is Red Pill.
I know that guy was nuts.
All right,
I
we're
did.
gonna play.
You should watch his show. He goes on and on with fake names for everything. It's hilarious.
Jesus. Here's this.
I think they're all in cahoots because space is fake.
Well, crypto thing. There was another a while back. I mentioned
You're ruining my trigger. You gotta start over.
It's so quiet. That was a quiet one.
You gotta start it over. I think they're all in cahoots because space is fake.
Space is fake?
Space is fake? He wasn't having it. He didn't like that.
You did not like.
No, sir. I didn't like it.
He didn't like that.
Classic.
Imagine if you said space was fake and gay.
His space is fake and gay.
Well, I will say on that, RPJ probably jump all over my shit for
Right, yeah.
not being diverse, and I was homophobic. So.
That's all right. We could all have a little bit of that. We could be diverse and homophobes at the same time. Everybody could be fun.
This is a safe space.
I reject those terms. I'm not afraid of homosexuals.
And all I know is that no matter what, if you have whatever or have preconceived notions or actually something, and if it's in your head, if you don't act on shit, who gives a shit what you're thinking when you're walking around if you're a good person?
The thought police do.
Yeah, then that's what scares me. You stay out of my brain. You get out of my brain, buddy.
Facebook's building apps to read your mind. So.
Racist with steak. Doxing with steak. Doxing with steak, I think, is going to be the show title.
But white supremacy with steak.
White supremacy. Can we still say chink-eyed?
Not on my YouTube channel.
Can we still say chink-eyed?
Wait. What about rice is on the floor?
Rice is on the floor.
You could just say
racist.
You could say slanty-eyed.
Not racist.
No.
Racist.
Oh yeah.
You could call it reverse. I got it.
Reversed racism.
Reverse round eye.
Reverse round eye. Ooh, I like that, Jerry. Reverse round eye. Boom. All right, there it is. I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys, on that.
Yeah.
If you guys are still listening for some reason, tune in on for the Interstellar 5555 show. Check it out. Daft Punk. It might be cool. Jerry, you got on Nox Mente tomorrow night?
Yes, tomorrow night we have celebrity psychic Laura Powers.
Beautiful. It's going to be great.
I hope so.
An
obelisk next week, which I don't know what it is, actually.
I'm sure you'll come up with something amazing. You guys always do.
Supplies.
Supplies. Thank you, Suzanne.
I love that laugh.
That's such a great laugh. Yes. So, Mellowhorus,
I lived to make her
B.Strut.
laugh.
Yes, Flavortown,
you do.
Suzanne. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Cruise with Steak. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks, everybody in the chats for listening. You're the best. We'll catch you guys all next week. Goodbye.
Wait, check it out. Wait.
I haven't killed it yet, James. You're winning.
This will be the end.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's not coming fast enough.
Working on something.
With bated breath, we wait.
With bated breath.
Why is it not sounding?
Reverse round eye.
Download Cast first, James,
Yeah.
and then you'll get it.
Oh, here's what is going on. Dude, you're playing you made us wait to play Daft Punk backwards. Is that what's happening right now? And it's quiet and shittily played too at that. James, this is an outrage. We'll see all you guys next week. Good night. All right, show's
we gotta
over.
do another hour now. God damn it.
I'm walking gingerly through the rat race. Take a look at the big old smile on my face. Kicking around down by the pool of narcissists. The people are many, they preen themselves, oh how they navel gaze. Somewhere over that hill, the gloomy skies cease to exist. I'm climbing that hill, I pass by and pity the poor Sisyphus. I go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. I'm strolling down a static electric avenue. The people are predictable, they say good morning, how do you do? When out of nowhere, a randomly pure angel in the crosswalk bumps into me. And in doing so, knocks all the evil and all the wind out of me. And it's black as tar, ugly as ever, and of no apology. This angelic mama sings heavenly of the truest theology. Together we're a seraphim dream, forever young with no chronology. 1,000 years from now we'll be written into ancient mythology. We go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. Can you tell me about the view up there? It's sparkling remarkably, the air is crystal clear. Well, please won't you tell me what it takes to transcend this place? A little bit of heart and a whole lot of soul. Take a look at the big old smile on my face. As my angel says, dance with me and your life will never, ever, ever be dull. I go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. 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 Turn into a beam of light.